Hello, this is Sarah Rose. I updated my laptop to Windows 11 a few days ago, so this video will explore the accessibility features available in the updated version. Since concentration is a concern for much of my family, I will explore features that help users focus and complete schoolwork. Attention issues are kind of like bananas. You can remove a few distractions and concentration improves a little bit. You remove a few more distractions and concentration improves a little more. You remove some more distractions and suddenly now the interface is too boring and the student's mind is looking for distractions elsewhere. The banana has turned brown. I will be playing with different settings, some indicated as focus assist and others that are primarily considered assistive devices for auditory, visual, or physical disabilities, but which are also useful for students who struggle to concentrate on the task at hand. So, to begin adjusting for improved focus, I could go to Start and then to Settings, but I've already opened Settings right here. Okay, so I'm going to go down first to Accessibility under Settings. Okay, and we're going to look at Visual Effects. All right, these scroll bars, these are not the scroll bars to the right of Word, PowerPoint, all of those. But if you look at what we have here, if any of you have ever accidentally triggered this scroll bar that suddenly zooms up to the bottom or the top of your, or down to the bottom or up to the top of your document, you'll know how annoying these can be to use and to get rid of. So I'm just going to turn them off. Okay, transparency effects we'll get to in a little bit. We can turn them on or off. I'll show you. I'll leave them on for now because I'm going to turn them off in another screen where you can see them, see the difference more readily. Here we have animation effects. These are drop-down menus. These are not animation effects that you would see in PowerPoint or that you would see in Internet Explorer. This is drop-downs and other animations that have to do with how the Microsoft Office suite works itself. So if you don't want those animations, turn those off. Okay. Notifications here. This dismissing notifications after an amount of time. Here, all you can do is slow them down, make them stay on the screen longer so you can completely read them. I'll show you how to turn them off in a little bit, like right down here where it says notifications. So if we click on that, we can turn them off completely, which may not always be what you want. You may want to show notifications on the lock screen, different things you can do here. But the focus assist is going to be the most useful for someone who has trouble concentrating. Because right now it's off and you'll get absolutely every notification from your apps and from your contacts. However, you can reset this. You can set up a priority list for various things. You can decide what is a priority for you, or you can even just have alarms. So nothing gets through unless you've set an alarm that you have to be someplace at a certain time, and it will remind you. Okay, and I like this feature because even if you turn off your notifications, you can see a summary of what you missed for the time that the focus assist was on. This is the manual way to turn it on and off. However, you can also set up automatic rules. So during these times, like 11 p.m. to 7 a.m., priority only if I'm on my computer. At that time, it's because I'm having to finish a paper or a project, and I better not let anything interrupt my work. Okay, if I'm presenting, perhaps duplicating my display for someone else, I don't want notifications popping up. When I'm playing a game, I think I should be interrupted, but I know some of you gamers out there do not want to be interrupted during your game, so you can turn it on then also. Okay, if you want it to only turn on when you are using an app in full screen mode, maybe that is what you want to do to trigger this. you can turn that on here if you wish. And for the first hour after a Windows feature update, not sure the efficacy of that. Maybe you need to learn the new feature, but anyways, you have that possibility. If you look at the bottom of my screen, it's a mess right now. There's a lot of stuff there that could distract me. So let's do a little cleanup of this taskbar. So I'm still in System. I'm going to Personalization. Okay, and I'm going to scroll down here. See, my scroll bar is still there. I'm going to come down to the taskbar. Okay, what do I want in the taskbar? Search, yes. Task view. That I can drop down there and see all three screens that I have going right now. But I don't really need to do that because I can see all three screens. So I'm going to get rid of this task view. All right, widgets. What widgets do I have? Well, take a look at the bottom of the screen. I'm going to turn this off. I only had the one widget, which was the weather. If I'm expecting storms, I might want to come in here and put this back up so I can keep an eye on it. But I don't want that popping up. Okay, so the widget's off. Chat. No, that's too distracting. We'll turn that off. Okay, pin menu is already off. Touch keypad. Now that would be nice if I were using this computer in tablet mode, which I can. I could unhook all my other screens, flip this over, and use it. It's a pavilion, so I could use it as a tablet. And then I would probably want my touch keyboard up there, but not right now. I'm going to leave it here and available because I'm going to use it in just a little bit to show you something else. Virtual touchpad. No, I've got a touchpad here. I also have a touch screen, so I don't want that. Okay, taskbar corner overflow. All right, down here I have all of these icons over here. I don't need Norton Security popping up there or Google Drive. I can get to that other ways. Windows Explorer, there are other ways to get to that. See, they're disappearing at the bottom as I'm clicking those. Notice Windows Explorer on, off. Okay, what else? Windows Security Notification, might want that on, but if I'm really trying to concentrate, no. Audio switch, no, I don't need that. Windows Update Status, nope, I can check on that myself if I think my computer's misbehaving or I've heard about a new update. Now see, I've cleaned up a lot down here, but if I want to see those, all I have to do is click that up arrow and there they are. So they're not gone, they're just out of sight for the moment. Now, as you can see, I have this icon, and this icon. They're usually not there, but I've prepared a few things ahead of time, so that's why they're up there. So I have decreased the amount of stuff down here. I'm using Zoom. This Logitech is my camera and my microphone that I'm using right now. So some of this stuff could also go away, but right now I've cleaned it up quite a bit. It's looking better for me, so there are fewer distractions. I'm going to leave it right there for now. Okay, let's take a look at the Start menu. So I'm still in Settings. I'm going to Personalization. Coming down here to the Start menu. Once again, we're looking at focus things that we can do. Now, if I recently added an app, it's going to start up right away. It's going to show. I may not want to use it right away. I'm going to turn that off. Okay, show recently opened items in Start, Jump List, and File Explorer. Here's my Start. Here's a whole bunch of pin stuff. I don't really want that, okay? So let's see what we can do about that. Do I want any of these to show next to the power button? Nope, and they're already all turned off. Good. Okay, show recently opened items in Start, Jump, List, and File Explorer? No, let's see what happens if we clean that up. Still not. Now these are pinned apps, so let's see if I can get rid of that. Move to top, unpin from start. Look at that, unpin from start. So if I just want to be able to go in here and turn off my computer without saying, oh, I need to look at what's on Prime Video, I can unpin all of those. Okay, I'm not good. TikTok, ooh, that's gonna go. All right, so I can go ahead and clean that up further so I don't distract myself. Okay, remember, we haven't even gotten into accessibility that much. All right, so background image, color, and slideshow. Okay, right now I have it on a slideshow. It's a very slow slideshow every 10 minutes. It just gives me pretty pictures. Okay, but if that's too much for you, you can go to a solid color. Okay, let's choose one. Let me show you what the slideshow does first. Okay, and why this might be important for someone who is easily distracted. There's a lot going on here in this picture, and those files may be a little bit hard to see. And if it's a really interesting picture, it could be distracting. So that's when you might want to go to it, and especially if it's a slideshow and these beautiful pictures come up from time to time. You might want to go with a single picture that may provide you a little more contrast for your files there. Or you may want to choose just a picture that has a calming effect on you, and it just stays there. Okay, related settings here. We have contrast themes, okay, for low vision or light sensitivity. Okay, this is flipped down into accessibility now automatically. Okay, so if you need a darker background, you may want to go with something like aquatic dusk or night sky. You do have to apply them here, and it's going to apply it immediately. It takes it a moment. Now these are contrast themes, and as you can see, it is outlining the various sections of the screen. And down at the bottom here, you now have some separation in your icons down here as well. So if you need a dark theme for contrast, you have that, or light sensitivity. If you need something that's light themed, but with higher contrast, you can go with something like desert. Well, of the four they have here, that would be the light theme. But once again, you can see your in settings, and there's a box around settings, and these are differentiated as well. You can also, within the theme, go to the color. And you can choose various accent colors. It usually picks up one from your background. But with the accent color, there are transparency effects. With this touch keypad, the transparency effect is on, and as you move it over the different colors, you can see the colors through the pad, which is a pretty cool effect and nice to play with, which is not what you want if you're trying to focus. So if you turn off the transparency effects, off, it does not do that anymore. You just get the plain boring gray. And once again, you can go back to your contrast themes if you would prefer that. Okay. In addition to that, I am now in a light theme. Okay. I can change this to a dark theme as well. Here I can go down to options. And here in general, down here, it's a little bit hard to find. It's not under accessibility where you would think it is, but under office theme, use system setting. No, I think for working in Word, I would like to have dark gray. We are now in a darker mode, still with a white paper here, so I can focus on that. Now, another feature while I'm here that is useful for people who have difficulty concentrating is dictate. The dictation tool can be useful for people who have difficulty with concentration, period. It allows them to concentrate on what they are trying to say rather than being concerned about the actual process of typing and punctuating correctly, period. As you can see, there are a few errors. So after you finish dictating the paper, the essay, the letter, whatever, you can go back and do some editing yourself. Will the dictation tool be able to interpret questions? As you can see, yes, it does. Instead of doing dictation, let me get rid of that. You can ask it to read aloud for you.
The dictation tool can be useful for people who have difficulty with concentration. It allows them to concentrate on what they are trying to say rather than being concerned about.
And that voice is a much more natural voice than the voices that were available in Windows 10. Okay, but let's talk about one of the coolest things that has been updated, and that's in Internet Explorer. So here's a web page in Internet Explorer. This blog is actually celebrating the use of animations to interest people in the websites and hold their attention. Of course, for someone who is easily distracted by things like this, when I'm looking at this, well, what is it? Is it a toucan? But this bird is, well, what's it doing? Is it sleeping? Is it cleaning itself? And does it have dandruff? Okay, obviously, that animation could be quite distracting, as could, that's probably the most egregious example, although this one also has poor contrast with animation. So there are a lot of things wrong with this web page for someone who either has visual problems or concentration problems. This continuing to scroll is driving me nuts, and I don't think I have ADHD. However, right here is Immersive Reader for Internet Explorer. The animation examples are no longer there. You can read all about them without being distracted by them. And it will read aloud for you.
9 websites with animations that inspire us as web creators. Web creators are on a never-ending quest to
And yes, that is an Australian voice. We've learned with our GPS that not using an American voice makes the members of my family pay more attention to the voice. So you can choose a different accent to also help with concentration. And as you can see, it is highlighting the words
update their
as it
websites with the
reads.
most cutting-edge, trendy design effects that represent the true value of their product or service.
So that has come a long way in terms of helping people to concentrate and helping people who have difficulty reading the text as well. These are just a few of the accessibility and personalization features that are available in the new Windows 11 update. I have more exploring to do. Perhaps you can find some other features and either message me in the comments or do your own video and show me the new features that you have found. I look forward to hearing from you.